Hey guys, my name is Pristine and today I will be talking about the Boston Career Forum. So a little bit about me, just so you know how credible I am to talk about this. I am a Japanese citizen, but I grew up in the UAE and came back to Japan at 14 and I did high school there, so kikoku shijo. And I moved to Hungary, now I'm in Hungary, to study in university, and I wanted to go back home, to Japan to be closer to my family, and I didn't want to be an immigrant anymore, so I'm going back to Japan. So this is me, and this is why I attended the Boston Career Forum. So yeah, hope I can be trusted, hope my experience can be shared. So I have decided to make this video in English because as far as I research, maybe my research isn't deep enough, but I did not find anything in English about this career forum, so I decided maybe I should make one so that my bilingual girlies or guys can be, helped out a little bit. So yeah, this is why I'm making this video. So today's video, I'm going to be covering what is the Boston Career Forum, my experience, and my advice to anybody who is planning on attending. So number one, what is the Boston Career Forum? Boston Career Forum is the largest career forum or job fair for Japanese and English bilingual students who are studying abroad. Whatever, you can be studying anywhere as long as you're Japanese English bilingual, go. It is huge. I think this year, 2025, I think about over 160 companies attended, and including the big four. So it's a huge opportunity to be there, just to get to know what kind of companies are there in Japan, because I think living abroad, your information sources are very limited, especially if you're not attending a university in Japan where you get a lot of information about shukatsu. So if you're abroad, you're completely alone. I felt very cut off. So I thought this was an amazing experience to go there. That is why I booked tickets, I booked the hotel, I spent my money, so just to get a job, because it's a great opportunity. So there are two ways in the Boston Career Forum on how to apply to these jobs, these companies. The first way, and the highly recommended way, is to go through a bunch of pre-entries and pre-register for the job online several months before. And then the second way is to walk in during that day, doing the walk-in process, where you get your physical resume and then you go, hey, this is me, I would like to know about you, would you like to know about me? And this is the walk-in. So these are the two ways you can do that. Okay, also there is a scholarship that you can apply for, but it is not based on needs, it is based on a raffle draw. So depending on where you live, where you're flying from, so let's say you're flying from, I don't know, Texas or something, there's a region range and how much you can get, so apply to that too, so it helps with the hotels and or the flight itself, or food even, So that is a little bit about the Boston Career Forum. In general, there's a lot of information online, so this is why I'm keeping it short. Okay, so now I'll be talking about my experience. So for me, I started applying to companies through Boston Career Forum around mid-September, and I applied to a total of 35 plus companies, and you might be wondering, how many offers did I get? I got a grand total of two offers, but yes, it's fine. So officially I got 3 interview invites before the actual career forum started, but during the career forum I got 3 more from different companies, and I did walk-ins and everything, so it was actually pretty fun talking to a lot of people and getting to know a lot of other companies. For example, I will talk about GPIF. It's the Government Pension Investment Fund in Japan, and I spoke to this guy who was there, and he reminded me a lot of my uncle, so this is why I had so much fun talking to him. He was really tall, he was really nice, and we both spoke in English because he graduated in a university in America, I think. And we were talking, and I was talking about what's important to me when looking for companies, and he was just like, oh, that's great. And then he immediately invited me for an interview because, you know, you just gotta keep a positive attitude when you're doing these walk-ins. And so yeah, I didn't know about this company, but through the Boston Career Forum, I was able to know about it and do the walk-in process. So that was very fun. Okay, and next, that was my basic personal experience, but next I'm going to talk about the advice I have for you guys. So number one, start early as you can. If you're watching this video and you graduate next year or like in 2 years or like this, just start your research. If it's in the back of your mind, like maybe I should go to Japan, start your research now. What you should start your jiko bunseki. You should start like who you are, you know, what kind of strengths you have, what kind of companies you're looking for, what do you want to do in the future, your career plan, your career path. Like, it's better to start early and apply for agents if you can, because they can give you a lot of information of what kind of, you know, person companies are looking for. I used Kikoku Go, and I highly recommend this one because my agent was super helpful. She gave me interview practices. She gave me, you know, corrections on my Jiko PR and my Gakuchika. She helped me a lot there, and she was very friendly and very supportive. And then my next piece of advice is the clothing, especially if you're a girly. I saw a lot of girlies with flats instead of heels, and that was so smart because the usual recruit suit, like recruito suit, is, you know, the skirt with the blazer, with the white shatsu, with the nude tights and heels. My feet were killing me. I currently have multiple blisters because the shoes that I wore I bought it from a second-hand place. You know, I wore it a total of 0 times before going there. It was not broken in, it was cheap, it was uncomfortable, and it just ruined my feet. So definitely bring a extra pair of shoes if you're going to wear heels and you're not used to it. But yeah, that's that. Also, because it's a total of 3 days, but the last day technically it's just a half day because the booths shut down by 3 p.m. I believe. Bring at least 3 waishatsu, especially if your hostel doesn't have a laundry room or something, because you're gonna be wearing that for the whole day. You're gonna be nervous, you're gonna be stress sweating, you're gonna be nervous sweating, whatever sweating. I'm sorry. It's not gonna smell the best, so bring an extra pair, you know. Next, I will be talking about the dinner. So because I'm stupid, I didn't talk about dinners beforehand, and I wanted to mention that if you are close to getting the offer, the conditional offer, the naite from a company, they would invite you for a dinner to get to know you better on a more personal level. But if they like you after the first interview or something, that means they want to get to know you better to see whether they should give you an invite to the final interview. So basically, if you get an interview, you're very close to getting a conditional offer. So I got invited to a total of 3 dinners, but I was only able to attend 2 because 2 of them were on the same day. So I didn't want to like move back and forth because that's extremely rude. About the dinners, don't worry too much because it's not supposed to be like an interview. It's supposed to be super casual, and you basically can order anything and they will pay for it. Free food. But it's a great opportunity, like jokes aside, it's a great opportunity to get to know the company better. For example, the first day I got invited to a random dinner from this random company that I didn't apply for, but they asked me to interview. Cool. First red flag was the CEO was sort of unprofessional, and okay, they kept promoting that, okay, the CEO is very close to the employees, blah blah blah, but it was sort of uncomfortable for me. That's a great point to have, flat communication, open communication like this, but it was borderline rude because he kept making fun or teasing the employees. Maybe the culture is different, maybe it's just me who's feeling weird about this, but there were several occasions where he made fun of the male employee for quote unquote liking me. And we coincidentally lived in the same, like, had accommodation in the same area. So the guy wanted to Uber, and I was like, oh, since we're living in the same place, what, can I go with you? Because your girl is not walking out late in a skirt and heels in the USA. I'm sorry, it's in Boston, relatively safe, but I'm not taking any chances, you know. So he was just like, yeah, of course, normal reaction. And then the CEO was like, you guys planned this beforehand. This made me super uncomfortable, because he mainly also targeted this other girl who came from a really prestigious university in Japan. And yeah, he didn't really ask questions to me, and I already felt that he wasn't very interested, so it was really hard to promote myself, especially when the conversation steered in a very unprofessional manner. So there are companies like this, so just keep in mind of that. But the other company that I had dinner with, I will say their company name because they're very good, they're amazing. Shout out to Will Group. I unfortunately had to decline because I was in the application process. I had to decline them because I accepted another offer from a company. So Will Group, super professional but super casual at the same time. Loved the experience, they were amazing. We had a proper introduction at first, and then we talked about our hobbies, we talked about life in Singapore, because the job included, you know, as a first year graduate, you were gonna go to Singapore and do the work there. They talked about the career path, about life. Did I say life in Singapore? Probably. Life after work, or, you know, just normal conversations. And it was very useful, and it gave me insights on how the work is like, how the employees are like, how life there is actually like, and also really, you know, quote unquote confidential personal information about their salary and how they use it, and how you can, you know, make good use or use it to your advantage, and also that it's very results oriented, so you kind of get an idea of what it would be like to work there through great conversation, and you have to make it your own, and with good food. So 10 out of 10 experience, highly recommend. It was a great company, they great employees, great dinner. I had an amazing experience there. So depending on the companies that you apply to and have dinner with, you either will have a bad experience or a good one, and this is how you can make a decision on whether you want to go further with the process or not. Other advice, there are a bunch of seminars that you can attend that Boston Career Forum holds, and they're held in Japanese, but it wasn't very difficult Japanese, so it's better to attend those, because they do give you a breakdown on what you have to do on the day, and it's very easy to understand. Also, do not use the cloakroom. Do not use a cloakroom. There is a study area that they give you. Just sit there, maybe put your things there, or like maybe put like coat there or something, and like come back for it and like remove it once in a while. This was enough for me. But if you're flying on that day, which I highly do not recommend, at least one day before you should be in Boston. You should be in Boston the day before at least, because I saw a lot of people lining up for the cloakroom just to put their luggage because they flew in that morning. Do not do that. It's not worth it, trust me. Also, you have to pay like $2 or $3 to do this. And also, I would recommend tying up your hair. So what I did was I did a side part, and I have like a little bit of bangs right now. So, and I had my bangs like this, and I did like a low ponytail, and another day I did like a half ponytail. But whatever you do, like just keep your hair out of your face. This is like the traditional way. And for the dinners, there's not usually a dress code. A lot of companies like to go right after the day has ended, so you'll be in your recruit suits. But if you have time to go back and change, you might as well. You can, but it's whatever. It's gonna be fine. So for the girlies, I want to say you have to have foundation of course you have to have foundation, because like there's this culture on wearing makeup. So eyebrows, and then very minimal color on your eyes, maybe a little bit of eyeliner, not too much. Not what I'm doing. I'm gonna put a picture of how I looked here. And then mascara and like the tiniest lip tint. I think this is the maximum you can do. I don't think you should go more than this, but I wouldn't say this is like you must do it. If you're looking for something more safer, business or sales or like banking, then it's safer to have this very professional, very like, I wouldn't say stuck up, very cardboard cutout look to you. Yeah, so this is what I was going for, so I just went and I dyed my hair black. It used to be bright red. Yeah. Also, food options. There is a food court upstairs, and like it will change depending on where the location is, but there is a food court, but it was hella expensive. So I recommend you buy something beforehand, maybe like from CVS, or do they sell food in Target? I don't know the food places in the USA, but just buy something cheap and then pack it with you and eat something like light, like biscuits, or I don't know, chips, or like a protein bar, something like this, or a sandwich. It's better to just pack than buy stuff in the food court or cafes, because it can get a little pricey. Or if you want, just fast until you get dinner, until you get the delicious dinner from the companies, because they usually go to really good places, mostly steakhouses or like lobster or like seafood places. I'm allergic to seafood, so I was just like, steak please. So 10 out of 10, worth it. I'm very excited to be working in Japan and working as a Japanese person. So yeah, drop your congratulations. I'm kidding, you don't have to, but it would be nice to read your messages. Thank you so much for watching. I will maybe update if I think of something else, but I will try to answer any questions you might have below to my very best extent, because I will be getting busier, because I have to study for my final state exam in order for me to graduate, and I'll have to practice for my thesis defense in the following month, so I might be a little busy and a little bit dying, so a good luck from you guys would be amazing as well. Thank you so much for watching again, and I hope this helped anyone out there who was confused. But yeah, any questions, please comment below. I will try my best to reply to them. Okay, so goodbye and see you in the next video. Bye.